All right, so it's like it's 10:45 a.m. and so I just got back in, messing with that grass. What I do is I trim, then I cut the grass. I see what the trim didn't get the first time, then I hit it again, and then so I was out there for about 2.5 hours. The morning dew was still on the grass, so my electric mower, my electric mower, effectiveness was cut dramatically. But I like to get it in the morning. People, I'm the type of person that if you ask my neighbors, they'll say, we see him out there in the morning cutting his grass. We never see him in the evening. We never see him ever. I want to make sure that anybody that deals with me know, when you talk to me, cherish it, because very rarely you'll talk to me again. My next door neighbor I speak to, the neighbor on the right side I speak to, of course, he's single cat. He got a girlfriend now, so his girlfriend car be in the driveway. Our driveways are side by side. People on the left side of me, they moved. I speak to a dude down the street, and the old lady on the other side of my neighbor here. She's about 85 years old, lived by herself, and she spoke to me for the first time. I've owned this house for 3.5 years, and she spoke to me for the first time, and I said to myself, yeah, you see how I move. I'm like you. I'm out here in the morning. I sweep in front of my house. I rake. My front of my house is well groomed. So just got finished, and of course, I have to hydrate myself with some H3O. And this came to me. This video just came to me. I want to be clear about this. I want to be clear about this video. I'm gonna post this video on all my streams. On every platform I can get this thing on, I'm posting it on there, because I'm here to tell you, I'm here to tell you something today. And I want to be clear about what I'm about to say. I am happy that I'm about to say it. So when it comes to marriage, I have an announcement. And I am here to tell you that, and I want you to think about what I'm about to say. In the Black community, R&B died. Think about that. Our rhythm and blues, which we claim we got so much. We claim we got soul. We claim we got blues. We claim we got this, and it died. Hip hop has infiltrated our character of our men, the character of women, the character of the way we live, the character of our curriculum, the character of how we conduct ourselves out in public. We have adopted hip hop. We have adopted a style of living before ourselves in the Black community. Because of that, the family structure doesn't exist. You can have a wife and you can have a good family and all that. The unfortunate thing is there's a play-by-play book that she can revert to. You don't have one. You don't. All right. So that's where we are today. So I'm here to tell you that there are absolutely no upsides to getting married. There's not one. Listen, there's not one upside to getting married. There are no pros to getting married. None. Here it is. I'm sitting here today, almost 55 years old, super freak physique, drinking watermelon juice with a touch of broccoli. I always put a touch of broccoli in it now to get zinc. I'm always pumping zinc in my body. Before I went out to cut the grass, I took a pre-workout a B complex, niacin, green tea extract, and vitamin E. I took that before I went to work outside. And I was praising the idea to be married just in case I got sick, I have someone to take care of me. So I was praising companionship just in case I get sick. I would have equity in somebody saying, I love you, Chris. I got you. I dated a woman that was everything brought me my dog. Perfect. But the problem with her was it was over this bridge that had a 150-foot section of it missing. So she had it in her, but it was inaccessible. And it is a shame with me. It's always the same with me. I meet a chick, but she's a hoe. I meet a chick, but she don't want to be married. I meet a chick, she fucking with two dudes. I meet a chick, she don't like me. I look around at guys and how they are intermingling with women, and I say the common denominator in guys that I see interacting with women is that they are giving them high levels of total fuck shit. I have none of that inside of me. I have order inside of me. And for that, I preached marriage. I shunned my friends that didn't want it. And I shunned my friends that didn't want it. My friends that were married and had something bad to say about marriage, I struck them down. My friend that passed away wasn't treating his wife like I thought a wife should be treated, and we fell out because of that. Here's a dude that would call me up telling me, yeah, man, I did $6,000 this week in 2015. And I'm like, but your wife is driving a 1994 pickup truck. Let me say that again. Here's a dude that would tell me he made $6,000 this week in 2015. But I'm like, your wife is driving a 1994 pickup truck. When you met her, she had a Lexus. Hey, man, my wife don't want none of that stuff. I'm sticking up for it. And then I sit here today on the 13th of July, 2023, and tell you I have no interest in a wife. I have absolutely no interest in a girlfriend. I have no interest in companionship. When I want some pussy, I will buy it. I will purchase some pussy. It is a hell of a lot better than dealing with what's going on in society today with our women. And I'm here to tell you today, that is the reason why there is absolutely no upside to marriage. You know what? If somebody can tell me one upside to marriage, here's what I'll rebuttal it with. The reason why there is no upside to marriage is because everything that you do while married can be undone in a divorce. It can be discredited with a divorce. There's nothing that says, of course, having stuff prior. So I'm not talking about that. If you understand the rules of marriage, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. So if you don't understand the rules of marriage, I'm not going to break it down to you in this video. But don't say, but what if get a prenup? I'm not talking about that because that's done before the marriage. Hello? Okay. So everything that's acquired inside the marriage has no safe space. It can be undone during the marriage. There's not one individual that can say, I helped my wife. When I met my wife, she had 5 kids by 5 different dudes, and I took her into this house and I got her up to a different step. I got her up to this. I got her up to that. Now we are good. And then a divorce come, she owe you for that or something. There is nothing off limits when it comes to divorce. Nothing. It's nothing off limits. It's not worth it. There are no upsides to marriage. I'm always amazed. Let me say that. I'm going to say this. When you're a nice guy, every woman knows you are everything they need. When you're a nice guy, you are everything that a woman needs. You are her protection. You are her resolution. You are her love. But the one thing women want is they want to be able to push buttons and they want to be able to just go back and forth. They don't want to hear, women are childish, so they don't want to hear direction and everything. They don't want to hear it. When you're the type of individual and you invoke direction, when you're the type of individual and you don't do that, I don't do nothing that ain't going to make me better off than when I started it. We ain't just arguing because you want to get some argument time in. We ain't doing that. We ain't mentioning the same thing over and over again. That's insane. When I ask you a question, you're going to answer it. If not, this conversation's over with. Because a conversation is 2 individuals trying to seek resolution. If you want pussy, you're trying to seek resolution for that. If you got a problem, you're trying to seek resolution for that. But going and talking around in circles because you are avoiding my resolution, helping you understand what's going on here, we ain't doing that. So for that, I'm the type of dude women call when they need something. I'm the guy that women call when they want their life saved. And then they just be like, yeah, I was talking to him. He made little hints about going out. Girl, I just was talking about something else. He ain't my type. I am nobody's type. And I get it. But I want to be clear about something. We all went to school to have a better life. You hear me say this all the time, yes? We all went to school to have a better life, right? All right, okay. If we all went to school to have a better life, then what is it that you seek to be the best at in that category? You want to be the best dude that bone a lot of chicks? You want to be the chick with the biggest butt? You want to be the one with the shiniest car? But you went to school to have a better life. I have a good life. I have no stress in my life. None. I am on my own time. And that in itself puts the world in the palm of my hand. In addition to that, I'm financially secure for life. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go left for a second and tell y'all, and put a little emphasis on what I just said. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I said, I'm gonna put some emphasis on my life. I went to the military, and when I went into the military, I didn't know anything about the military. As a matter of fact, when I signed up to go into the Army, I remember my grandmother called me. Rest in peace, Grandma. I remember my grandmother called me, and she said, "Why did you join the Army?" And I was just like, "Grandma, blah 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 blah." She said, "Chrissy, we're a Navy family." I said, "Oh, I didn't know." And I got to go left, or am I going left? My grandmother that passed away and my dad are the only two individuals that I really respect in my life right now, out of family. Both of them are dead. I love my grandmother on my father's side because she created my dad. And of course, I love my dad because he gave me my identity. I know the only two. When my grandmother passed, we wasn't on speaking terms. I didn't find out my grandmother died till like 8 months after she died. And I just said, "Rest in peace, Grandma." I sent her a copy of my book. Another story. But I went into the military. In the military, I want to be clear on what I'm saying. I have invested time in things that will continuously pay me for my lifetime. So let me say that. So I went into the military, and the military still pays me today. I wrote books in 2019.
Respected user,
I got my royalty check. Today is Thursday. I got my royalty check Tuesday from something I did in 2019. It's 2023. Let's be clear. I'm always investing in things and seeking out information in things that's going to make me better, and put time into that, and it works. Try to put time into loving a woman, and I am an epic failure. Let me explain something to you. There's a guy named Anthony Ray. And in 2018, I hadn't seen him for about 15 years. But I seen him doing an interview after not seeing him for about 15 years. And he was in a McLaren. Now, I know cars. I know cars. And I'm saying to myself, that's a brand new McLaren. I ain't seen him, but I say, yo, that dude is in a brand new McLaren. And I just was listening to the interview that he was giving. And you all know Anthony. You just don't know you don't know who I'm talking about. A lot of people, very few people know this dude's real name, or very few people know who he is, because he was a rapper that was getting it way before Master P, way before Puffy, way before Jay-Z. He was that dude. So he was like, I got a call to use, he said, I got a call. Again, gosh, he said, I got a call to use some of my music. And he was like, a lot of people, when they get a call to use their music, they say no because they want to. He said, no, everybody could use my music. And then he was talking about publishing and et cetera, et cetera. This is the guy that got me into writing books. You know who I'm talking about? You know who Anthony Ray is? Sir Mix-a-Lot. I got 2 of his albums. And a lot of people seek information from the entertainment side of it. I seek information from the enrichment of your life side of it. And I'm saying all this stuff and I'm thinking all this stuff because I look back on my life as I was acquiring all these things. And I thank God that even though I wanted a wife, I wanted to be married, I thank God that I wasn't stupid enough to go through with it. So here's what I mean when I say that. I see a lot of people paying for mistakes that they didn't want. But yet here it is. I will tell you what I want, and I didn't make a mistake trying to get it. Here's what I'm saying. I meet a lot of people that have babies that they didn't want, and they're paying child support that they don't want to pay. So a percentage of their worth, of their value, is now part of the child support financial system. And I wanted a wife, and when I meet a woman and they show me that the curriculum that I want is not an option, next, I leave them alone. Nope, not interested. Bye. And that's what I do. And a lot of you people, that's why you're in the situation you're in. I do everything that's going to reflect my condition, the condition of my life. I don't see marriage. I don't see there any upsides. I just don't. And I'm so happy that I feel this way today. I am so happy that I can sit here and say, I don't want a wife. I don't even want a girlfriend. This sofa that I'm sitting on, it's gone. It's getting out of here. I'm getting all new furniture in this house. I'm going to turn this this house into a bachelorpad.com. And I'm going to live my life. And when I want some pussy, I'm going to open up the phone book, Google, whatever, and say, yes, can you send me a head to toe? How well do you suck a dick? How well do you suck a dick? Oh, balls too? Mm-hmm. Here's my address. Here's the deposit. Here's my address. That's going to be my life. That's going to be my life. That's going to be my life. Because I'd rather deal with 1,000 lifetimes of loneliness than deal with 1 second of a woman that thinks she is guiding me misguiding me on an agenda. I'd rather live 1,000 years of loneliness and hurt than to give a woman 1 second of pleasure thinking she's manipulating me. Don't suck my dick and be like, like, stop it with that bullshit. Don't sound, you put it in, oh, damn, there's some good dick. No, stop. You don't even feel this shit. Why, coochie asshole? I'm laughing at something else. It's amazing how today women think that all you gotta do is just act a certain way and it satisfies a man's ego. The number one satisfaction that a woman could give me is not in the bed. It's over there in the kitchen making me food. It's got nothing to do with sex. Sex is like 3rd or 4th on my list. It's food. Food is first. What are you going to enrich my life with? Companionship. It's fourth. Food. What you going to enrich my life with? Companionship and sex. Yep. When that individual was staying here for 6 days, I had asked her to just, hey, could you go delete some of these videos for me on my thing? Why you got to do that? Just start a new account. Didn't even help me. I said, okay, thank you, but it was a test. Because I'm the type of guy, because when that woman was staying here, you know what she said? She said an idea that I said to her 3 years ago. Yeah, and we're gonna start our show together, like Howard Stern and Rob and his. I'm just listening to her like, yeah, you just feeding and stroking my ego, and that's what women do. They will stroke your ego and everything and have you thinking that that's what they really like. They really love that. They'll come around you and be like, God, my butt hurt. They'll come around you and say things and you're supposed to just fall in line. They brought their value down. They're not worth it. You would be an absolute idiot. An idiot to get married. You would be. You'd be an absolute fool. There are no upsides to marriage. None. You can't tell me any upsides to marriage. You can't. And the reason why you can't tell me that there are upsides to marriage, because there are no upsides that exist. They don't exist. There are no upsides to marriage. They do not exist. You've been fooled. And like I said, if there are upsides to marriage, if there are upsides to marriage, which one reaches a safe haven in marriage, in the community of marriage? Marriage never gives you safe equity. It never. You never have safe equity with marriage. You never say, okay, this is safe now. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. No. Mm-mm. It's not. It's not. And because of that, I can sit here today once again and say, because I didn't get married, in addition to not being married, at least I don't have any of the withdrawals for marriage. I don't. You know what the withdrawals are? I don't have any, I make $10,000 a month and $3,200 of it is going to outsource to marriage. I don't have no chick saying, I got your kid and blah, 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 and you paying me. I've seen videos where dudes that was saying, so I got to pay $800 a month and I only bring home $1,600 a month. And it's just the travesty that is marriage. It doesn't even pay to stay in this country once you get a divorce. I guess I'll do a video about that. But don't get married. There are no upsides.